Hey guys, Ben Sleva here for another good old-fashioned Earthbound video. A lot of you have come to my channel from my Earthbound videos I've created, and stayed for future videos that I will create soon. In fact, that's literally how social platforms work. But over the past few months, I've been struggling to figure out just what I wanted to do for my next video. I thought long and hard about all things Earthbound. Theories, breakdowns, playthroughs, but nothing seemed to tickle my fancy. That was until I thought one of the biggest parts of the game. A part that's even become a meme over the years. You know what it is, and it makes it stand out above all the other games. The enemies. And for this first series, more specifically, I'm talking about the bosses. Now, believe it or not, there are 29 bosses in the game, both sanctuary-based as well as plot-pushing bosses, and this series will cover all of them. So sit back and get ready for this detailed breakdown of each unavoidable. After asking myself what the best order to do them, I've concluded that the smartest way is to start at the beginning and go straight through to the end, not only to help myself stay on track, but also, if you're following along as you play, I don't want to spoil anything. So, without further ado, let's start our list with, believe it or not, one of the best warriors in the franchise, Starman Jr. Starman Jr. appears as the first boss in the game and is revealed to have followed Buzz, a mysterious survivor of an enslaved Earth 10 years in the future, back to Ness's time. It's during that fateful night where Buzz meteor lands, and Ness is forced to team up with Porky and Pokey, that we are thrown straight into a battle with Starman Jr. I should say as a footnote that I'll try to keep my speculations and theory out of these breakdowns, but I think it's fair to say that either Starman Jr. was sent or happened to see Buzz escape and blindly followed him back in time. The Starmen are a race of beings in Earthbound Beginnings and Earthbound. They are extraterrestrial beings and are among original users of PSI. Starmen are common among the higher ranks of Gygas' army. It is unknown if Starmen are organic or synthetic, or if their outward appearance is just a suit. The American Earthbound Player's Guide implies in their enemy description that Starmen are robots. Their speech in Earthbound also reflects this. In Mother 2, Starman used the katakana script, which is a common way to denote robotic-sounding speech. The English version, lacking this, gives it whirls, beeps, and clicks to indicate they are robotic beings. However, they may be organic, as the rust promoter, which is supposed to damage mechanical enemies, is useless against Starmen of any kind. Also, an enemy called Ghost of Starman is encountered towards the end of Earthbound, but if Starmen are robots, they wouldn't be able to become a ghost. The description of Ghost of Starman in Earthbound Player's Guide refers to it as an alien. They may also be connected via some sort of hive mind. When the Starman Deluxe is defeated, any Starmen summoned during the battle are defeated as well, and the Stonehenge base becomes devoid of enemies, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The members of the Starman species are listed as followed: Starman Jr., Starman, Blue Starman, Last Starman, Starman Super, Starman Deluxe, Ghost of Starman, Final Starman. According to the official Earthbound Player's Guide, atomic power robots are early prototypes to the Starman series. That's kind of cool. So, Starman Jr. shows up smack dab in the middle of our hero's path, and the battle begins. Once locked in battle, you see right away that Starman Jr. is not playing games. Looking at his stats, we see that he has a whopping 999 psychic points. This is what I meant when I referenced him as a great warrior earlier. There is only one other boss that has that high of psychic points, but I'm going to keep his identity secret in case you don't want any spoilers. With all that psychic power comes some heavy-duty firepower. Starman Jr. can use PSI Freeze Alpha, as well as PSI Fire Alpha and Bravo. It's undisputed that Ness, Pokey, and Picky would have no chance against Starman Jr. if it wasn't for Buzz Power Shield that he sets up early in the battle. Once Buzz has done his thing, the battle is more or less an auto fighter that takes very little effort on you as a new run player. But there is a way to lose the battle, and it's a bit backwards how it's possible. If you have the patience to fight dogs, birds, and snakes, and level up to level 12, where you learn Shield, then you can apply that shield during the battle, and, in turn, cancels out Buzz's shield, leading to an almost certain one-hit death from good old Starman Jr. Incidentally, if you would like to skip the fight entirely, that's fairly easy too. Once you rescue Picky, and Buzz joins your team, simply start a fight with any enemy on your way back home. If the enemy wins and you lose the battle, you are transported back to your house with your party the same size as it was before you defeated, with Picky and Pokey and Buzz. Simply walk over to Minch's house and return the missing boys. People use this approach for low-level runs in which you want to end the game with the lowest possible level. So, there you go. That's all you should need to know about Starman Jr. Are you a fan of his? Do you like Starman Jr.? What's your opinion? Do you hate his interaction? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and the best comment I see before the next video is posted will be pinned to the top of this list. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time when we discuss Frank, a misunderstood leader and a good friend. If you guys are interested in other Earthbound-themed videos, I have a slew of those. Not talking just a playthrough that I did a couple years ago, but also some theories, breakdowns, game elements, fun stuff like that. So you'll see them on screen now. Click on them, check them out, and hang out with me more.